Martin O'Neill has revealed exactly why Celtic are signing Camilo Duran, and the first summer signing is now just hours away from completing his move to Glasgow. We have also got a transfer complication emerging on a winger linked from Spain, Marcelo Saraki's chances of returning to Celtic fading fast, and a key defender confirmed as missing the first two league games of the new season. Busy morning, let's get into it. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Liam Scales will miss Celtic's opening two Premiership matches of the new season through suspension, and it is a blow that arrives at a difficult time for the squad's defensive preparations. The ban stems from last season's title run-in. Scales picked up his 12th booking of the league campaign against Motherwell, a caution for a foul on Sam Nicholson in injury time at Fir Park, just minutes before Kelechi Iheanacho's stoppage time penalty sealed the win. Because the suspension does not kick in until 7 days after the caution was received, Scales was cleared to play in the dramatic final day title win, but the two-match ban carries over into the new season, meaning he will miss the home game against Dundee and the away trip to Kilmarnock to begin the campaign. In his absence, O'Neill has options but no completely straightforward answer. Cameron Carter-Vickers is returning from World Cup duty, and his comeback is a significant boost, though how quickly he is fully up to speed will depend on his return to club training. Austin Trusty is also returning from international duty. Both Mike Narocki and Dane Murray were used in the pre-season friendly against Shelbourne and will be pushing for their chance. For Narocki and Murray, the situation could hand them an early opportunity to make a case for regular starts. Both have points to prove after limited roles last season, and a two-match window in the first weeks of the Premiership is exactly the kind of moment that can change how a manager sees a player. It does add extra urgency to Celtic's recruitment in defence, though. The transfer window is open, and if O'Neill wanted a new centre-back or left-sided option, the Scales suspension only makes that feel more pressing. Now for the main story, as Martin O'Neill has opened up on why Celtic are signing Camilo Duran, with the manager making clear that the Colombian brings exactly the kind of physical presence up front that the squad has been missing. O'Neill spoke to the Daily Record after Celtic's 1-1 draw with Shelbourne in their Dublin pre-season friendly and confirmed that the club's physio, Tim Williamson, has already travelled to meet Duran ahead of the medical. The manager said, "Yeah, I think that Tim Williamson, our physio, has gone down to meet up with him, and I think that that's going to happen. I think that he should join us in Portugal, certainly in the next 24 hours. That is as close to a done deal as you will hear from a manager without the official announcement being made. Duran is expected to link up with the squad in Portugal once the medical and paperwork are completed. On what Duran will bring to the team, O'Neill was direct. He said, what can he bring as a player? Obviously, he's still very young. I think that what he can do is that I think he can hold up play. I think he's strong in that department. We need a few players. It's as simple as that. But I do think that he will be a good addition." Famous last word. That insight into his thinking matters. The ability to hold the ball, bring teammates into play, and offer a physical platform in the final third is something Celtic have clearly lacked. Duran, at 24 years old, brings that profile combined with genuine Champions League pedigree, having scored 5 times in the competition for Qarabag last season, alongside 15 league goals and 10 assists. O'Neill is bringing in a player with a specific job to do. The physio is already on his way. The announcement looks imminent. In other news, Celtic have won the race to sign Camilo Duran despite interest from Brazil, with the deal now at the final stage and the Qarabag forward set to complete his move to Glasgow. Celtic News understands that Qarabag had been pushing for a package worth around €6 million, with the Azerbaijani club needing to move quickly as they reshape their squad after losing the league title last season. There had also been genuine interest from Brazilian clubs, but Duran pushed for the Celtic move himself, viewing the club as the right next step in his career. The fee structure has been the main area of confusion over the past 48 hours, with different figures circulating in Scotland and Azerbaijan. The picture that has now emerged points to a deal worth between £5 and £6 million, made up of an initial fee with performance-related add-ons. The contract is understood to be a 5-year deal, though some reports had suggested shorter arrangements. Everything is now pointing in the same direction. Celtic have moved decisively, Karabag are ready to sell, and Duran is expected to join the squad in Portugal once the formalities are wrapped up. Celtic's first signing of the summer is close. After weeks of speculation and shifting figures, the line appears to have been crossed. In other news, Marcelo Saraki's chances of returning to Celtic this summer have faded significantly, with the Uruguayan left-back now expected to move elsewhere in Europe rather than coming back to Glasgow. Saraki spent the second half of last season on loan at Celtic from Boca Juniors and made a positive impression during his short spell at Parkhead. He brought energy and aggression down the left flank, settled quickly into the system, and gave O'Neill another reliable option in a position where Celtic's depth was being stretched. His performances led to genuine speculation over whether the club might try to sign him on a permanent basis this summer. But Celtic News understands that no fresh contact has been made by the club over a permanent deal. Saraki is not expected to join Independiente in Argentina, despite earlier reports linking him there. Instead, the player is understood to be waiting on interest from a European club, with a move on that continent seen as the more likely outcome. Left back remains a position Celtic supporters would want to see strengthened before the window closes. Saraki would have been a popular addition given what he showed during his loan spell, but as things stand, the door appears to be closing on that option. Unless Celtic return with fresh contact in the coming days, Saraki looks set to continue his career somewhere else. The timing is unfortunate given Liam Scales' suspension hanging over the opening fixtures, and it will be worth watching whether O'Neill moves for cover in that position before the window shuts. Lastly, a transfer complication has emerged in Celtic's reported pursuit of winger Hysem Hassan, with his release clause and the financial structure at Real Oviedo making a deal harder to pull off than it might first appear. Hassan is a 23-year-old winger who caught the eye at the World Cup with Egypt, setting up a goal against Argentina and causing problems from wide areas throughout. That display added to existing interest around him, and Spanish outlet Fondo Segunda have claimed Celtic made an offer of around €4 million for the player. The complication is that Real Oviedo would only receive around €2.4 million from that figure, because Villarreal are entitled to 40% of any future transfer fee as part of the terms when Hassan originally joined. That makes Oviedo's position more complicated. They are unlikely to accept a fee when they only see a fraction of it. Spanish outlet Cope have also reported on the situation, noting that Oviedo are currently pointing interested clubs towards his release clause rather than negotiating a lower fee. That clause reportedly stood at around £16 million when the club were in La Liga, and has since dropped to around £10 million following their relegation. Even at the lower figure, that is a significant sum for a player who did not score in the league last season. That's all the latest Celtic news for today. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one. Hail, hail.